The Cypher. Prepare for another all-nighter.
On the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
AJ, this is D. You know what? I agree with you. One of your tweets you sent out. Everybody isn't built differently. Everybody isn't Adrian Peterson. Derrick Rose might not even have the same mindset of Shepard.
Right.
So that's why I'm kind of with AJ. It's kind of 50-50. Yes, it's not great to see or hear that your star has been cleared 7 weeks ago. But we're talking about mentally can he get over an injury that has killed injuries.
Let me just like put this
killed careers. Let
me just put this in layman's terms. I know people always say real life is never like sports because sports is fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But where you want to lay your devotion? Let me ask you this:
Right.
If you were going to have a surgery, and someone told you that your physician had some kind of major life-changing event and was very fearful, but he's finally returning, and you're going to be his first surgery. How confident are you feeling in his ability? Because he's not.
We're talking about somebody cutting me open.
But my point is, but I'm asking you. The bottom line is, how confident are you in his ability? You're like, what you mean?
Cut me open?
I'm his first surgery.
You talking about a dude
he
dribbling the ball
and he just had a nervous
open.
breakdown like 7 months ago, but he finally is coming back. He's medically cleared. They said he can go back and he can operate.
But Maya, just because you're physically cleared does not mean you're mentally cleared.
How confident would you feel in that person being your physician? You would question his ability. So my question, this is where me and Farouk are. I'm not feeling this now. I'm not liking this lack of mental resolve and strong drive to be competitive. And the bottom line is he still gets to collect a check even when he decides he wants to be juggling his emotions.
Go ahead,
it's not okay.
Let me pose this though. Now let's take it back about a year or 2 years ago. Now say he tears his ACL and he doesn't have the big contract yet. I bet you Derrick be on the court.
Oh yeah, definitely. He wants that money.
I'm serious. He's got 91 guaranteed now. Okay. Forget the Adidas money. I'm talking about the playing money. If he didn't get the big contract, I bet you his mindset would be a little bit different in his brother about him getting back on the court. Because like they always say in the NBA, at least when I talk to players in the NBA, when I worked in the NBA, players would always tell me you're as good as your next contract or your last contract.
I agree with you on this. There's not enough at stake for him to come back is what the problem is.
Right. It's not enough incentive for him to come back because it's already guaranteed. It's already in the book. I tell you what, if that kid was playing for the Bears, I bet you he would have been on the field week 8, week 9.
No doubt about it. Andre, how you doing tonight?
How y'all doing today?
Pretty good, Andre.
What's up, Andre?
How are you, Andre?
Good. Hey, listen, this is a very complex conversation that I think we just make it a little too simple. I mean, we have to remember Derrick Rose is the complete breadwinner for his entire family, bringing his entire family out of that situation. And he does not want to risk a life injury to his whole family.
That's true.
Okay, Andre, back up. Andre, let's cover something. Derrick Rose has already made enough money between the Bulls and his other contracts to take care of his whole family for a lifetime.
But do you want to lose that Adidas money if you ain't the same Derrick Rose? No. So you come back when you're ready.
Is that how it is? Well, if I'm the Bulls, I'm putting on my business hat.
That ass is out of there.
I'm putting on my business hat because you know what? That speaks volumes about your desire to want to win. Now, don't get me wrong. I get the whole concept about being the breadwinner and making money, but Derrick Rose has brought more money into his household than they probably ever have seen in 10 generations in that household. Andre, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's not important, but at the end of the day, we're talking about you as a Bulls fan. Forget about his family, because guess what? You don't get no piece of his check. So let's talk about you as the fan. How do you feel about who is supposed to be the player who is going to resurrect the Bulls organization not having the competitive drive to get back on the court? How does that make you feel when you see the LeBron Jameses of the world, the Kevin Durant's of the world, the Kobe Bryant's of the world, heck, the Russell Westbrooks of the world? How do you feel?
Let me ask Andre this,
never had that injury.
How do you feel?
But let me ask Andre this. Andre, if what you're saying is fact in the case, doesn't that make this even worse?
It is worse.
No. This doesn't make it worse because you still got situations like Tracy McGrady, you had Grant Hill. What about Jay Williams, who tore up his knee on a motorcycle accident and never was the same?
That was his fault.
But these people, you got all these examples. Why not give this young man the benefit of the doubt? The season is not over.
Andre, this is a business. See, this is what people are failing to understand. This isn't a business. This isn't about this is not about the Sunday League at the Park District. This is a business.
But don't you think
multiple people have invested in Derrick Rose. Adidas has invested. The Bulls have invested. Now ask yourself this question. Would the Bulls want to rush him back into returning if he really wasn't ready? No. He is an investment for them. But if this just comes down to they're ready for him to return, but he can't return because he's afraid, fear is not a reason to not be on the court.
I don't think they're ready for him to come back. If he's going to in-house counsel, that means they even know this kid ain't ready yet. So you better talk to somebody till you get ready yet.
And I'm gonna say this again, as a fan, the alarm should be going off right now.
This isn't a good thing.
This is not good, people.
Okay, if it's mental, that doesn't make it good.
It doesn't make it okay because he's afraid. We've all been afraid of things.
I think it's the injury.
And not even to this magnitude.
I think it's the case of the injury.
Look,
it's not a broken bone.
It is the injury.
It is
the injury is the fear point. I'm gonna say this again to people. The injury is the fear point. It is the apprehension and anxiety of the danger that can come from something from past experience. That is what fear is. That's how we relate to it in psychology. That's what we talk about.
Right.
This is where PTSD comes from.
Anything else, Andre?
Rubio, Shumpert, neither one of those dudes have ever come back to where they were before they got injured. So they're going through this big practice games of seeing if they can ever come back to being that person. So what they got back on the court, they still not the same.
So pretty much there is still the opportunity he won't be the same.
Still not the same.
Hey, Jay, go ahead.
Right, Rubio and Shumpert on rookie deal. They got to come back. Derrick's got 90. Don't listen, my boy. Derrick's got 91 from the Bulls, 250 from Adidas. He don't have to play another dime.
Can we wait another minute?
Well,
hold on, one at a time, y'all. One at a time.
One at a time.
Go ahead, AJ.
But you brought the way you said you got a whole family. Man, I'm tired of hearing that. The dude got $341 million guaranteed to him. So what's the problem? 341. What's the problem?
The problem is.
Go ahead, Andre.
There is no absolute doctor that can clear anybody.
I'm not talking about a doctor. You talking about he's got to feed his family. That's some old Latrell Sprewell type stuff.
Oh, no, you didn't reach back and pull out Latrell Sprewell. I love it, AJ.
That wasn't my language. What I said was he is the person who brought his family out of another situation, putting them in another situation. And he has all these other situations saying that nobody ever got Tracy McGrady back correct. Okay. Grant Hill took 4 or 5 years sitting on the bench before he got back correct. He's just being cautious enough to say, hey, look, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. When I do feel it, I'll get back on the court.
Okay.
It's been a whole bunch of bad players.
Hold on, Andre. This is what I want to say though. Okay, the other side of that is how many other athletes have came from similar backgrounds, similar situations, but their drive is to get out there to earn that money to keep their families from going back instead of sitting back and saying, well, I don't know, I want to get hurt, all this and all that. They're going the other route and taking it up the next notch to ensure that their family doesn't fall back into those situations.
And I want to address something that Andre said, and this is what's key. And you said something that's not exactly true. My sources close to the organization said doctors cleared him 7 weeks ago. That means physically he is cleared to play. That's something that isn't a second guess. It means all the proper tests have been performed to say that he physically can get back on the court.
Nothing else we can do about it.
So that part is concrete.
And once again, there is no absolute doctor.
Yes. But when you talk about physical injuries, yes, there is, Andre.
Absolute doctors, that we'd be sitting in line for that one person. Because all of them claim to be doctors, and I don't see many of them outliving their patients.
Hey, you've heard of Andre? You've heard of Lloyd's of London? You've heard of Lloyd's of London Insurance? Have you heard of
Lloyd's? I heard of Lloyd's of London Insurance.
Okay, so add that insurance on top of the 341 I just talked about. Yeah, there's no absolute doctor, but what Maya was trying to make to your point is, as you say, sources. No, that's probably Ryan's going for somebody on that board that cut his check, that cut that $91 million, and needs to see his ass back on the court.
Look, that's why they play basketball and they got guaranteed contracts. These guys, that's what they got. And that's what they got. For us to want to throw this young man on the scrap heap now because we think he should get back on the court?
No, we didn't think
I think it's a gross injustice.
It's not a gross injustice.
I really do believe
it's not a gross injustice. It's called business, Andre.